Okay, we're back. So, as usual, things are always subject to change. I was supposed to be doing the 12-hour shift. Apparently, I'm not doing a 12-hour shift anymore. So, let's get some work done. We're on the case studies. We started Resident Evil 2, specifically the RPD, earlier. We're going to finish up that little section, then we're going to move on to Fatal Frame. I got 30 minutes till dinner time, so let's get as much as we can in 30 minutes. But besides that, let's get to it. Work is weird. Work is definitely very weird. Okay. So let's just read over what we got for now, then we'll go from there. Because I know we definitely did a lot with this. When you step into the Raccoon City Police Department, RPD, it doesn't feel like a place of horror. The front hall stretches out before you, elaborate floors, high ceilings, and an imposing atmosphere. It's almost cathedral-like, a monument to order and authority. For a brief moment, it feels safe, but that illusion doesn't last long. The longer you stay, the more the building shows its true colors. This is why we proofread. It's easy to forget that the RPD wasn't built to be a police station. Before it housed criminals, it was a museum. That's why the layout feels so strange. Compared police station. We gotta be specific here. To any other police station. To any other police station. Corridors twist around corners that make no sense. For example, statues, moving statues around. Just wait a minute. Yeah, I fucked up. That's fine. All right. Fuck. How should I word this? Corridors twist around corners that make no sense. You need to. There we go. There we go. Corridors twist around corners that make no sense. You need to go the extra mile to progress. For example, moving statues around to solve elaborate puzzles, and finding keys that are shaped like suits from a deck to open locked doors. When the outbreak first occurred, the structure turned against everyone inside. Through the machinations of Chief Irons, the confusion of the situation, the snowball effect of sheltering people who were already infected with the T virus, and the increasing number of BOWs, the RPD was destined to fall and become a tomb for people trying to survive. What makes the RPD such a powerful setting is how it manipulates familiarity. This place should have been seen. Wait, this place should have been seen as a place of law and order, a working environment. A working environment in a place where people spent their days feeling safe. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. This normalcy makes the downfall of the RPD seem more personal. Every hallway you walk through feels haunted, not just by BOWs, but the echo of the routine that's been shattered. Okay. We can definitely still add a lot more to this. And again, this is why we proofread. There was a lot of grammatical errors I did there, but it's all good. Okay. It's born. Space itself. Fear doesn't just come from the T-virus outbreak. It's born from the betrayal of the space itself. That sounds good. The police station. The police station. The police station. The symbol. Protection and stability. Police station, a symbol of protection and stability. The police station, a symbol of protection and stability. Police station, a symbol of protection and stability. Safety is an illusion. There we go. Police station, a symbol of protection and stability becomes an untrustworthy maze where safety is an illusion. Hey, we definitely have to give examples of that one, man. You start to notice. You start to notice how when I think of the RPD, I just think of the hallways, like how lengthy the hallways are, like red hall, blue hall, liquor hall. It's probably not even called liquor hall, but when you first encounter the liquor, yeah, all these hallways feel like really long. The environment turns. Unfortunately, I can't really stream that long because it is close to dinner time, and I'm actually trying to get some food. But we did get a stream out of the way earlier, so we were pretty much at the end of this, which is really good. We should be done with this. Today's Wednesday. By Friday morning, I should be able to start dubbing this. So I'm looking for at least it's a 4-day weekend, so I can double down on the work on the weekend. So I'm looking for at least a Monday release for this video. We'll see. You start to notice how the environment turns your instincts against you. The long hallways that should offer the long hallways that should offer clear path become traps. More so because the camera angles, because you just never know what's behind You just never know what's behind the corner, especially with fixed cameras like that. No, that should offer a clear pathway. Instead, funnel you into traps. we can talk about how the save rooms save rooms are obviously the place of safety, but they're just temporary. They're just temporary because you have to get back into the fight eventually. Okay. The save rooms. Save rooms. Savings with the comforting music. Yeah, because you can't chill in there. Like you just eventually gonna have to get out of there. Oh yeah. So we mentioned this a lot with remake, with RE1 remake with Hell Hallway. Backtracking into familiar areas always adds new tension, especially when the game, especially as you progress later on in the game. Looking at you, Spencer Mansion. And every return trip through familiar areas. I think one of the most notorious ones, we can gap for a second while I rest my eyes. One of the most notorious ones is in Resident Evil Zero, actually. After when you get into part two of when you get to the church, actually, when you go to the observatory and you activate the telescope and you gain access to the shortcut back into the main hall. Yeah, before you do the observatory puzzle, the area it's confined. But later, after you solve the puzzle, it gets it gets bombarded by eliminators, and as we know, eliminators in Resident Evil Zero are busted beyond belief because they can stun lock you. So that's a familiar area. As you progress through the game, it becomes more dangerous. If you get what I mean. So that's where that comes into play. So just because an area feels safe in the beginning of the game doesn't mean it's going to stay safe for long. And there's plenty of examples, specifically in Resident Evil, that things change as you progress. Oh shit, the song's over. Damn, it's been 15 minutes already. Let's go to the OG. It's RE3 day. Let's go. What would I add any more to this? I don't think I need to. Like, this is very lengthy. Okay, I think we're good here. Okay. Let's write a concluding passage, then we'll read this and we'll see how this sounds. So Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2. Derives erosion of trust. Each revisit to an area starts chipping away at your trust. Yeah, because like I said, like just because you cleared one area doesn't mean it's always gonna stay safe. Unless it's like the main hub, like the main area of a map, like RE1, the front hall of Spencer Mansion, sort of, unless you let the Cerberus in. RE2, the main hall of the police station. RE3 technically doesn't have one besides the RPD again. Yeah. Each visit to an area. Chips away at your confidence. Until you're no longer sure what safety is. Safety is. No, ends, actually. And danger begins. Resident Evil 2 thrives on that erosion of trust. Each revisit to an area chips away at your confidence until you're no longer sure where safety ends and danger begins. And the RPD does a good job of teaching you that. The RPD teaches you. It teaches you that security is temporary. And again, this is specifically for OG RPD. The RPD teaches you that security is temporary. That control of the situation is fragile. No, control is fragile. Okay. The RPD teaches you that security is temporary. That control is fragile. I don't want to end it like that. It's a space. Reflects a larger truth. It reflects a larger truth because we realize that the walls meant to protect us weren't there to protect us at all. But I can word that a lot better. The RPD is a space that reflects a larger truth. That what terrifies us most isn't the monster. But the moment we realize the walls around us aren't protecting us, that's so long. No, fuck. RPD reflects a larger truth. that the walls meant to shield us. The walls meant to shield us are the RPD is a space that reflects a larger truth. The wall is meant to shield us are just as dangerous. Okay. There we go. That one's kind of a doozy there. Okay, let's do some reading and see how this sounds. Oh crap, that's a lot. I really want a lot of detail about this. When you step into the Raccoon City Police Department, it doesn't feel like a place of horror. The front hall stretches out before you, elaborate floors, high ceilings, and an imposing atmosphere. It's almost cathedral-like, a monument to order and authority. For a brief moment, it feels safe, but that illusion doesn't last long. The longer you stay, the more the building shows its true colors. It's easy to forget that the RPD wasn't built to be a police station, but before it housed criminals, it was a museum. That's why the layout feels so strange compared to any other police station. Corridors twist around corners that make no sense. My accent kicks in so hard over there. Corridors twist around corners that make no sense. You need to go the extra mile to progress. For example, moving statues around to solve elaborate puzzles and finding keys that are shaped like suits from a deck to open locked doors. When the outbreak first occurred, the structure turned against everyone inside. Through the machinations of Chief Irons, the confusion of the situation, the snowball effect of sheltering people who were already infected with the T-virus, and the increasing number of BOWs. That's good. The RPD was destined to fall and become a tomb for the people trying to survive. What makes the RPD such a powerful setting is how it manipulates familiarity. This place should have been seen as a place of law and order, working environment, and a place where people spent their days feeling safe. This normalcy makes the downfall of the RPD seem more personal. Every hallway you walk through feels haunted, not just by BOWs, but by the echo of the routine that's been shattered. The fear doesn't just come from the T-virus outbreak. It's born from the betrayal of the space itself. The police station, a symbol of protection and stability, becomes an untrustworthy maze where safety is an illusion. You start to notice how the environment turns your instincts against you. The long hallways that should offer a clear pathway instead funnel you into traps. The save rooms with the comforting music become temporary safe havens, and every return trip through familiar areas carries new tension. You know the area, you cleared it before, but it doesn't mean it's safe anymore. Resident Evil 2 thrives on that erosion of trust. Each revisit to an area chips away at your confidence until you are no longer sure where the safety ends and danger begins. Ugh. I gotta read that again. Resident Evil 2 thrives on that erosion of trust. Each revisit to an area chips away at your confidence until you are no longer sure where safety ends and danger begins. The RPD teaches you that safety is temporary and that control is fragile. The RPD is a space that reflects a larger truth. That the walls meant to shield us are just as dangerous as the monsters we run from. Bam! Love it. All right, that's a lot. That's definitely a lot. So we've set the standard for the other case studies that we have to do. So tomorrow we'll do Fatal Frame 4. Then the next day we'll do. I should be out early tomorrow actually. Yeah, it's a 4-day. So I'll be out early tomorrow. I'll start Fatal Frame 4, the case study with that one. Then I should be done with it by the second stream I'm gonna do. Then I'll move on to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Then we're almost done. We are at the end. I don't know whether or not I'm going to be including a horror movie analysis to tie into this, but we might. But this is already going towards 10 pages, so we're probably looking at a 13-page essay right now, so possibly 40 minutes. But we'll see. Anyways, good stuff. I will see people tomorrow with some more of this. Take care, and I'll see y'all.